We're here today, guys. We're going to deliver you probably something slightly different. First of all, it's freezing.
It is freezing.
So it's the first video of us in our full winter Canberra survival getup.
Yeah.
Inclusive beanies and jackets. We normally just tough it out, but today's no
joke.
No joke.
Today's no joke.
You can see it from the fog.
Freezing. It's even in my nose, man. It's like,
well, it's probably below freezing because the ice is.
It's cold.
The ice is hectic outside.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we are here to not necessarily work on our Lexus project today, but we are making space so that we can more effectively work on our Lexus project. So basically, we have a pile of crap. 3, 2, 1. Here it is.
I'm very excited about this because under this pile of crap is a car that Zach has been talking about for quite some time.
Yes.
That is going to be our next project.
Yes.
And I've never seen it.
Yes.
I've absolutely never seen this thing.
Maybe seen a photo or two, but that's it.
I'm very excited to see what it is and what we're getting ourselves into. So
yes,
this is going to be fun.
And those of you who are keen, if you look closely on my Instagram page, you will see a post that I put up before I actually started trading of this car as like a future project. So we're going to get the future project actually uncovered here today, and the reason is that we're trying to basically reshuffle what space we have here to try and make our life a bit easier with what we're currently working on. So pretty much going to get the future project uncovered. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I'm going to leave that till we get towards the end. But yeah, basically get it uncovered, get it out of its spot here, and then get the Lexus into that spot so it doesn't have to move anymore.
Let's
and
do
then
it.
Get started.
Let's see what it is. I'm excited. Let's do it.
You should be.
I am very excited.
Right, so we have two things I've mentioned. One is this slick hairdo from under the beanie.
Hat hair.
And two is we've managed to uncover the project. So 3, 2, 1. There she blows.
This thing is awesome. Just saying, it is amazing. Bolt-on flares.
Bolt-on flares. Original 3-piece Simmons.
Tiny Simmons from like
tiny 13-inch Simmons
from the 70s.
Yep. This is a proper 80s, 90s build. It's like late 80s Sydney car scene, eat your heart out type deal.
Half cage.
Yeah, so it's a registered with half cage here in the back. Let me grab maybe a torch.
Half cage.
So yeah, it's an engineered, registered 2-seater, half cage in the back. We've got some other cool stuff I've mentioned too. Things which are classic race car spec, very simple, just straight ply doors with a bit of carpet on them.
We've obviously got a lot of work to do, Zach.
Yeah, there's work to do. That's why it's sitting here in the corner. That's why it's called a project. So you can see we got, sheet metal fit out here in the back. The thing about this project is that it looks like a massive job, and to a degree it is, but realistically you've got a dashboard to put together, which is pretty straightforward. There's a computer in under the passenger seat, which is an enormous old Autronic computer.
Well, that's your expertise, but we might talk about upgrading that.
More than likely that'll be coming out of the equation anyway.
Cobwebs.
But the bulk of it is here.
What's in it is my question. What's under here?
What's under here is the exciting part, because the hard work is really done here.
Oh yeah.
It's funny, this week I shared a little snippet of another barn find, this Chevy that I come across during the week. And this thing here is also kind of like, to a degree, an ultimate barn find, which is how I come across it.
I think you got a mouse problem.
That's well before it got here, that mouse problem.
That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it was like when I picked it up. But yeah, basically this is a 3T GTE Toyota motor. So it's a 1.8 litre factory turbo. You can see there, twin cam turbo. It's the first petrol Toyota turbo 4-cylinder motor that they developed. And in classic Toyota fashion, much like our classic Toyota over here.
Yeah, we seem to have a theme right now, don't we?
We do have a theme. This guy is twin spark plugs. So it's actually 8 spark plugs for 4 cylinders. It's twin row timing chain, twin cam, turbo, electronic fuel injection, all from factory.
This thing's going to be wicked.
Little 1.8 banger.
This thing is so period correct, it's amazing.
Everything about it's period correct, and if you consider that this car, like all the paperwork, so all the paperwork for this car pretty much shows that most of the modifications were done in the early 90s, late 80s. This motor that's in this car, which has been in here since that time, would have been merely a few years old probably, because I think these were like the 82, 83 that these started to come out in Celicas and a couple of other cars as well. So yeah, it's an amazing prospect, and it's had a lot of other things done that are very interesting. Like it's got this strut brace, which you can see is rose jointed, it's welded on, like it's been fabricated for this purpose.
For this car.
In underneath the car, there's all sorts of like linkages that have been made for the suspension. There's a Watts link in the back, which is a pretty significant piece of engineering. It's got a 5-speed gearbox in it, manual gearbox.
An old 90s alarm.
Old 90s alarm. It had like a full 90s spec stereo in it. You can see like it's got holes cut for 6x9s. It's got spaces for 10-inch subs in the rear quarters. You know, it's got an MB Quartz sticker on the windscreen, which is like an old German manufacturer of speakers. You can see inside the car there was all sorts of like not great but really weird and wonderful old hi-fi equipment.
There's only one problem with this thing now. I really want to finish that Lexus, so we can start this.
Yeah, well, it's called motivation, my friend. It's called motivation.
You know how to motivate me.
So I've basically got all of the parts to make this a complete car, bar maybe a few small bits and pieces. So bumpers, lights, grills, disc guard, everything.
Paint, that's me.
Paint it needs, because the paint's tired.
Yeah, it's old.
It's probably original almost.
Yeah, looking at it, in the way that it is faded, I would say that it is.
But the crux of it is I've never seen it run. I've never even turned the motor over. When the car came here, the steering wasn't connected, nothing. The brakes are not connected, but it's been like it's set for dry storage.
Yeah.
All the brake lines have been disconnected. There's no brake fluid in the system. All of the intakes, everything's been blocked off in the engine and bagged up or taped up or whatever, covered over. So whoever had the car before I did basically was planning on, I guess, doing something with it.
Something serious.
I'm pretty confident.
Time.
I'm pretty confident that the last owner of the car is the same owner that was with it for a long time before. So at the end of the day, we'll hopefully go through it, refresh it, bring it back into the modern era. Hopefully,
get it re-registered and
get it running, re-registered, and then it'll probably form another thing for you guys to bid on online.
Yeah, put it back in the market. That's what we seem to do. We seem to be like rescuing stuff at the moment.
It's car rescue.
It's what we seem to be doing, rescuing this sort of stuff. People who obviously still enjoy it, and I'm so excited about this prospect.
Yeah, it's a great thing. And when I had the opportunity to look at getting it, I sort of thought, even if I'm not going to do anything with it straight away, it's something that needs to be returned to its former glory.
This was definitely not worth seeing go to landfill.
Not at all. Or even parts.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much here that could make up so many other great cars, but there's really very little wrong with this.
It is. Looking at it, the body's nice, besides that door skin missing for some reason. Can't see any major.
It's quite straight. There's no major damage.
No major damage on it. Like, it's just minor damage. The body is, you know, it actually looks like it has less rust in it than a lot of, again, old Australian cars.
Yeah,
it looks like it's in good condition.
I haven't looked under the floors properly, but I'm quite confident that it's actually a rust-free car. And if it's not rust-free, it's very close.
Which is fine, which makes little problems and makes it easier for me to do my job.
Yes, 100%.
So I'm excited about this. Very excited about this.
And it should go really well.
It should be a lot of fun.
And the thing that I like about it, which is really cool, is that although it's modified and it's reasonably, like heavily modified, it's all period correct.
Yeah.
And it's all Toyota.
Yeah, and we'll keep it period correct.
Yeah.
We're not going to change anything on this car. We are literally just going to clean it up and get it going again.
As long as we can find 13-inch by 8-inch tires.
Tyres.
It's 13 by 8s are
about
not 13 by 8s are not the problem. 13 by 5s are the problem,
That's
which is
gonna be
what's
a
on the
problem.
front.
That's going to be a problem.
If we can find the tires, we can keep the wheels, and that's what I'd really like to do.
If that's what's on the engineer's report, I agree.
The wheels are the only thing not on the engineer's report, and
Okay.
that's literally just because they're probably too wide a track.
Yeah.
So we will need some standard wheels for Rego.
Alrighty, guys, that's that. I think
That is that. So this project, this is a teaser video.
this is our next one.
This is like the working you up to it. You know,
Consider yourself lucky because the only reason why you're seeing it is because we need to make room for our Lexus.
Yeah, we need the space. We need to pinch the space that it's currently taking up.
But this is my first time seeing it too, so
Yeah,
wow,
yeah, it's a cool thing.
it's a very cool thing.
And like, you know, now that we've seen the car and we get our project together, we can also start putting together, you know, a parts list.
Yeah.
We can start getting some ideas on paint colour, which I know you've already decided on the paint colour, but I'm making the viewers work for it.
Yes, I have decided on the colour. I'm not telling you yet because it's going to be, yeah, it will be period correct. I want to see if anyone can guess what I'm thinking.
Oh, I doubt it.
Let's see. Let's see.
But yeah, anyway, that's it.
Have fun.
Pump up some tyres and get it out of here.
Be good. We'll see you soon.